Hello everyone. Hello friends. Good evening. My name is Peter Coutinho. I am a product manager at Paytm Money. Welcome to today's F&OP Charcha. Today's topic is option trader psychology and option buying versus option selling. Let's understand uh, when to buy option, when to sell option, and option trader psychology. That is today's topic. And today's speaker is Shai Coelho. He is a trader. He's a full-time trader and he's a mentor. Um, he has joined today's session. Welcome, Sai, for this today's F&OP Charcha.
Thank you, Peter. It's good to be here.
Yeah, yeah. Along with me, Manas also here. Me and Manas will ask some question to Shai, and Shai can explain his experience and his journey with us. Right? Yeah, Shai. Let's start with the discussion. Today's discussion.
Mhm.
Can you please let us know how did you start your trading journey?
Okay, actually, that's a good question. Okay, to start off, okay, this section with. My trading journey actually, okay, dates back to 1994. I've
Wow.
had a DMAT account from the time I was about 19 years of age, 19 or 20. But to be honest with you, Peter, I was very, very casual in the markets for a good about 10, 12 years. I used to be a guy who, after the market was done, used to call up the broker and ask the broker, okay, आज किसने खरीदा कितना, what, okay, has that fellow bought, what. I never understood anything about the markets. Okay, so for a long time, okay, I was this casual trader who just did not take the markets seriously at all till a time came in about 2007 where I was in the Middle East for some work, and I was fortunate, okay, to join a workshop organized by this excellent trader, okay, who had come in, okay, from Singapore. He ran a derivatives desk, and he's the person, okay, who walked us, okay, through what the derivative market was all about. He literally opened my eyes, and for the first time I could see, okay, what you could do, why a call option, why a put spread, why, okay, some strategies, okay, option strikes, okay, mixed together and mixed together and everything. So he literally showed us, okay, how you can make money using derivatives as a tool, and that began my journey in the markets. And fortunately, okay, because of that person's intervention in my life, I am where I am today.
Yeah, great. Shahid, you started as a investor, right? Initial days.
Yeah, you can call it an investor, but I never actually, okay, invested, okay, for any good period of time.
Okay. Why trading, not investing? Investment is like it's a like you don't need to be active always, but you have to find out some good companies, maybe good result and other thing, fundamental things. But it's a compared to trading, it's a less stressful, right? Why you choosing as a trading? Is because
Agreed.
of the return more or any other reason?
Agreed. Okay, but back then, as a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, I literally did not have any funds with me. Okay, you really, okay, do not make a lot of money. I actually, okay, started investing back in about 2010, 2011. Today, okay, my investment side portfolio is steady and strong, and I continue, okay, doing, okay, what I do, okay, from an investor point of view. But then, okay, that I differentiate from trading in the sense I don't look at that portfolio every single day. For me, okay, those companies, okay, which I have in my portfolio, I track them, okay, on the quarterly earnings cycle, and I look at, okay, a quarterly or a monthly chart once in a while, and that is about it. Those companies, okay, I'll, like buy and hold investments, and I want to, okay, hold them, okay, for about good, okay, about 8 to 10 years. So for me, okay, yes, okay, I agree with you, okay, the investment side, okay, requires time, and you make a lot of money, okay, by investing time. But I like to differentiate, okay, that, okay, from trading, which is an activity I look at every single day, and consider it, okay, to be a full-time profession currently.
Okay.
Okay. So, hi Shai. So I have one question. Is like when someone is into trading, like he checks into various factors, like maybe technicals, maybe uh, price action charts. So, like, what are your basic things that you look into consideration before you like start trading? So, what is the base for trading?
So what I do is, Manas, okay, I work on a concept called the market profile.
Okay. So, can
All right.
market profile? Okay. So, can you
Yeah.
explain like what it is, it and how you introduced it, and why is it important? Means what
So
is it? You can explain. Yeah.
Yeah. So market profile, okay, was started by a gentleman by the name of Pete Stadelmayer. Stadelmayer back in the 70s was a flow trader. He used to work in the pits and he used to trade commodities. He used to trade grains and oil and miscellaneous things. And he basically, okay, invented this concept where you could plot price, time, and volume together, and between the three of them, okay, you could have a greater understanding about what the market was all about. So a lot of us, when we get initiated into the markets, we look at candlesticks, we look at bars and all, which is basically telling us what price is doing. But Pete Stadelmayer, he introduced this concept that you had have to see volume and price as well as time on the same axis. So when you mix, okay, all of the three together, you get a lot more information to make actionable decisions out of. So that is, okay, the market profile approach to trading. There is a number of things, okay, you can add to that, but basically, okay, it is this that you have price, volume, and time together, and you look at all three to make any kind of actionable decisions. All three of them put together in one chart.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So, Sai, this is about all about the market profile, right? But you're also a option trader, and today's topic is about the psychology of the option trader and when to be buyer or seller. So, becoming a option buyer or seller is means it's all about a psychology of a trader, right? So, some people may call themselves as a I'm an option buyer or I'm an option seller. How does someone choose or identify himself as a buyer or seller? What is the best way to they have to identify some best suitable way to trade, right? How to identify that?
Okay. So what really happens over here, like Peter, when you talk about the marketplace is dominated by both buyers as well as sellers, right? To make a trade happen, you need a buyer as well as you need a seller. But when it comes to the derivative space, you find a lot of traders, okay, who go about and say, I'm an option seller or I'm an option buyer. And they categorize themselves that way. And in doing so, what they do is like they impose limitations on themselves. And that limitation, okay, extends, okay, to the account as well. Okay, so by categorizing yourself as an option buyer only, you're losing out the opportunities, okay, which you would otherwise get as an option seller. Or by categorizing yourself as an option seller, you would, okay, lose out on opportunities, okay, which would be available, okay, if you had a holistic view of the market and treated everything like as a buy or a sell side opportunity. See, both for buyers as well as sellers, there are equal opportunities in the market to make money. Okay, and the color of money, okay, which is coming to your account, okay, it's going to be the same Gandhi note, right? It's the same note, okay, which is going to come to you. So whether it comes to you as a buyer or it comes, okay, to you as a seller, it should not matter to you. What you should be looking at as a derivatives trader is the opportunity, okay, which you otherwise let go because of a limitation you put upon yourself, right? You may have gone to a YouTube channel or you must have okay communicated with other trader and he must have told you that this is the way to do it, but that was his way of doing things, and he must have told you, okay, I'm a seller, so I make money, okay, this way as a seller. But then by saying that, okay, you're not working okay with both hands. You've been given a left hand and a right hand. Okay, you are working, okay, only with one side of a market, which is the sell side of the market or a buy side of the market. But how about looking at the market in its entirety and understanding that this is a role play between buyers and sellers? And at some time, okay, the buyer is dominant, at some time, the seller is dominant, and looking at opportunities, okay, which come as a buyer and looking at opportunities which come as a seller independently.
Right. So I have one more question on follow-up question on on the buyer and seller. But before that, there is one question also from the audience also. As a new trader and new to the market, so if I want to become a derivative trader, so what kind of mindset I should have? I mean, maybe you can explain in Hindi also, or maybe some people are expecting in Hindi also. Okay, what kind of mindset should have one person to become a derivative trader?
Okay, the mindset, okay, needs to be the mindset okay needs to be of a learner. Okay, initially okay when a person is entering the market, he has to be open to all kinds of opportunities okay which may come his way. Right, so be it as a buyer, be it as a seller, don't close doors upon yourself, don't okay impose limitations upon yourself. If you see an opportunity where you can see an option at about 20 rupees and you have your charts which tell you that the option is going to go up to about 60 rupees, okay, now by holding it for 1 day, 2 days or 3 days, whatever, don't let go of the opportunity just because okay you've frozen in your mind okay that I will sell only an option at 20 rupees. Right, so do that. When it comes okay to new traders and what they have to choose, it of course okay depends on the kind of capital you have. uh, as an option seller, you'll have to okay introduce a little bit more capital okay to take care of positions, but when you do that, you have more opportunities open for you as well.
Okay. So yeah, Shai, my question was like, कि, you said that a trader can be both buyer and seller depending on the opportunities or what his chart patterns tells him. So like, how to make such choices when to buy and when to sell? Like, what all things that you look after that you understand that this is the buying opportunity or this is the selling opportunity. So you must be having to make a lot of decisions in this, like whether to sell call or buy put. So how do you make such decisions?
Right. That's a very interesting question, Manas, and it is a question, okay, which requires a big and a detailed answer. So I can only speak about what I am doing. What I do is I work a Friday to a Thursday cycle. So within the derivative space, I am basically okay a weekly trader. So my week begins on a Friday morning, which is today 9:30, 9:15 in the morning, and it ends up on a Thursday at 3:30 p.m. In between this, my experience with the market is that the market gives you at least two, minimum two, sometimes three rounds where it goes around in a cycle. Now, you need to spend a few weeks, months, for some people, okay, a few years in the market to understand how to find these cycles. But within this cycle, generally speaking, for me personally, my experience as a trader is like if you held one position on a Friday morning, the market okay will come and test you on a Tuesday or a Monday or a Wednesday, and very few people okay can hold a position from a Friday morning to about Thursday evening at the close. So you require some adjustments. You require okay to relook okay at your trading strategy. Accordingly, okay, you'll have to okay work out some kind of a hedge. Sometimes okay you have to offset that position, or sometimes okay you have to just okay let go okay of the fact okay that you are a seller in the market and you have to choose okay to be a buyer. So the market okay works differently, and every single day in the market okay is different. So we identify those 5 days which are Friday to a Monday, Friday to a Thursday, and the Friday and the Monday are crucial. uh, the market okay may begin okay that weekly series on a Friday, but over the weekend the kind of news flow, the kind of okay environment changing, the geopolitical impacts, etc., you have to take it into account on a Monday. If there is no inventory change on a Monday, then you can continue okay with the buys okay you had on a Friday. But otherwise okay if there is a change okay you have to learn to adjust okay on a Monday, and typically okay sometimes the Monday mornings are huge in terms of movement. Some other times okay we see trending kind of a setup on a Tuesday, so you have to be ready okay to adjust on a Tuesday as well. Wednesday is a quieter kind of a day. Wednesday afternoons okay we are on the lookout okay for some more inventory adjustments as such. But understanding the role play of time, understanding the role play of volume, and then okay seeing okay what impact both time and price, time and volume have on price, is how we make our decisions.
Okay. So when you buy the options, like in Friday, Monday, Tuesday, you buy or you sell the options?
Okay, so there again, okay, there is a question of okay, what opportunity is there? Okay, so Peter, okay, the dominant thought in the market is that the majority of traders do not make money, right? Everybody, okay, would agree to that. So
Yeah.
here, okay, when it comes okay to our derivatives world, you have to okay know what the majority is thinking and learn to take a contrarian approach. Okay, so the general perception right now is like okay chalo okay Thursday ke din okay you sell, but there comes a time okay when sometimes okay that selling okay becomes a little bit late, Okay, and those traders, okay, who are selling that late get a chance, okay, to be what we call upside down, and therein, okay, lies an opportunity, okay, for you, okay, to be a buyer also. So I can elaborate on this, okay, later on if you would like me to, but this is, okay, where we look at for buy side or sell side opportunities. We look at what the rest of the market is doing, and in doing that, we understand, okay, where the majority of the market is. If they are too much, okay, running on one side, then it is time, okay, to take the other side of the equation.
Okay. So you talked about three things: price, time, and volume. So like now coming to this feature of volume. So how important is volume in like taking the trade decisions, and how do you identify trade opportunity based on volume?
Okay, a very good question, Manas, and it's an underrated topic, unfortunately. Okay, in our trading world, especially in the world of derivatives where we come from. Okay, let me try to explain. Okay, with the help of an example. Okay, so all of us, okay, have trading terminals, and we press F1, F2. F1 is for our buy side orders, F2 for our sell side orders. So let's say, okay, you press F1 and you input market as the order. Okay, and you do not put anything on price. Okay, you put that price column, that price tab, okay, as 0. Will your order go through? Yes, it will go through. Okay, 100%. Okay, you can try it. Okay, your order will go through. Now, on the same thing as a market order, instead of inputting your number of lots, press 0. Now, okay, check if your order will go through. Your order will not go through because you have not inputted a volume quantity. So even though price is 0, your order goes through, but without volume in that tab, okay, where you have to input, okay, your volume number, the number of lots. If you do not input that, the order does not go through. The simple explanation for that is volume precedes price. And this is, okay, one of our core beliefs, that you cannot ignore the role of volume in the markets. A lot of people, okay, in the market, they just give a lot of importance to only price. But in the derivatives world, okay, in which we are in currently, if you underestimate, okay, the role of volume, you're digging for yourself, okay, a big problem. You're digging for yourself, okay, a big hole. You're creating a situation, okay, for yourself. It's gonna become a lot more challenging for you if you ignore the role play of volume. Volume precedes price. Volume tells people, tells price, okay, what can happen next. Okay, that is our belief, that is our understanding. We do not ignore volume at all. And then, of course, okay, you have to factor in time also. As derivatives traders, we know that the market works differently at different times of the day, and you would have noticed it as well, like 9:15 to about 9:45, even 10 a.m. in the morning. When the market opens, it's a lot more volatile, or you can say there's a lot more movement in the mornings compared to, let's say, a period between 11 o'clock to about 12:30, or maybe even 1 o'clock to about 2 o'clock, which is a typical lunch hour. And then, okay, the market activity, okay, picks up, okay, from about 2:15 right up to about 3:15. So you have to understand, okay, that these are phases or time periods where the market, okay, works a little bit differently from where it would otherwise work. So being a little bit more careful around this period of time, or not being, okay, too active in periods, okay, where the market is generally on the quieter side, would also help you. So put volume and time together along with your understanding of price, and you'll be a much more wholesome trader.
Yeah, right. The volume also very important. Uh, भाई what happen is like मैं अभी कई ट्रेडर से बात करता हूँ तो वो बोलता है कि मैं ऑप्शन बाई करता हूँ तो मैं पूछता हूँ कि क्यों ऑप्शन बाई कर रहा है बिकॉज मेरे पास कैपिटल बहुत कम है इसलिए मैं ऑप्शन बाई कर रहा हूँ तो ये एक परसेप्शन है कि लोगों के साथ ऑप्शन मेरे पास ज्यादा कैपिटल है तो मैं ऑप्शन सेलर बनता हूँ कम कैपिटल है तो ऑप्शन बाइंग करता हूँ सो इज इट राइट इट्स लाइक यू शुड गो विद द यूर लाइक विद द साइकोलॉजी और व्हाट सूट्स फॉर यू राइट मुझे बाइंग करना है कि सेलिंग करना है तो मेरे पास कैपिटल नहीं है बट कैपिटल कम है इसके लिए मैं बाइंग करना मुझे सही नहीं लग रहा था सो व्हाट इज योर थॉट ऑन दिस
Okay, so to answer that question, Peter, capital is besides the point over here. But generally, okay, जब option buying के बारे में बात करते हैं हम तो a lot of option buyers, okay, they say, okay, they have low capital. और unnecessarily उन लोग क्या करते हैं कि they take a lot of risk. Now I know also a lot of capitalized traders who work with a capital of 2 lakh rupees, and they say okay हमको writing नहीं करना है because okay I have a capital limitation. लेकिन ऑप्शन बाइंग के वक्त okay, वो क्या करते हैं कि आउट ऑफ दैट 2 lakh capital which is there in the account, they will put 1 lakh rupees okay in a trade. And from that 1 lakh rupees, okay, they will expect okay to make 4 lakh rupees and 5 lakh rupees. So they are not actually trading, they are actually gambling. Okay, तो जब कैपिटल ओके कम होता है तो डिसिप्लिन होना बहुत बहुत जरूरी है. यू कैन नॉट पुट ओके 50% ऑफ योर कैपिटल इन वन ट्रेड. ओके, आपका मैक्सिमम रिस्क ओके पर डेरिवेटिव ट्रेड यू टेक शुड नॉट बी मोर देन 3 to 5% मैक्सिमम रिस्क. यानी कि इवन इफ यू आर अ बायर एंड यू हैव अ कैपिटल ऑफ 3 lakhs, यू हैव टू मेक श्योर ओके कि आप इतने लॉट से ट्रेड करो कि आपका जो लॉस है okay, that should not exceed more than 5 or 6,000 rupees. Generally speaking, roughly speaking, that means even if the trade goes wrong or goes against you, you still have an opportunity to come back. Okay,
Okay. So Shai, you talked about this risk management and buying. So like, what do you do for risk management in like case of option buying and selling? So do you take stop loss, or you have hedge trade, or like you square it off like when you see your combined position is going below some certain level? So like, how do you uh, do your risk management in buying as well as selling?
okay, so what I do is basically okay, I look at the setup okay which is there in the market, and the market okay gives us different setups, and there are different probabilities okay to those setups. Now okay, we spent enough time in the markets to know okay that sometimes okay our trade okay is gonna hold through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we can comfortably hold this trade. But there are some other times where we think okay that something okay may go wrong, so we introduce a hedge. Okay, and sometimes okay that hedge okay goes out of the window by about Tuesday, Wednesday. We have to introduce okay adjustment okay to that position also. So this again depends on market behavior. Depends okay on what the market is doing, how the market is moving, and based on that okay we have to introduce okay positions, additional capital sometimes in the market. I tell a lot of the traders I work alongside with that you introduce only about 25 to 30% of your capital even as a writer on the first day, which is a Friday, okay, for a weekly cycle. And then okay, wait for the market okay to show its hand on a Tuesday or a Monday, Tuesday early morning, and then you can okay deploy the rest of your capital if you see that the trade okay is going your way. So depending on that okay you can okay make adjustments. But to answer that question you had asked, Manas, you have to be aware of the market situation at all times. Have enough knowledge about your strategy and know how to adjust in terms of adjustments okay you have to do it, and introduce additional hedges if your previous hedge which you had introduced let's say on a Friday is not enough. You have to okay make sure okay that you're introducing a fresh hedge also.
Yes. सही. Mostly users think like theta decay is the edge. वो एक एज है थीटा डीके, राइट? तो इसलिए कई लोग बोलते हैं कि ऑप्शन सेलर बनना ऑलवेज बेटर है. एंड यस, द हिस्टोरिकल डेटा आल्सो सेज लाइक 70 to 80% ऑफ द ऑप्शंस goes to zero. एक्सपायरी के दिन हो तो जीरो ही होता है मोस्ट ऑफ द ऑप्शंस आउट ऑफ द मनी. एंड 70% ऑफ द टाइम मार्केट रेंज बाउंड में रहता है, तो ऑप्शन सेलिंग इज बेटर बोल के, क्योंकि थीटा डीके मिलेगा. तो बट देयर इज ए प्रॉब्लम. तो क्या होता है कि आपको प्रॉफिट होता है टाइम पे बहुत छोटा छोटा प्रॉफिट होता है, बट लॉस होने का टाइम पे बहुत बड़ा लॉस होने का चांसेस है ऑप्शन सेलिंग पे. सो बिकॉज ऑफ मे बी एक्सपायरी का दिन थर्सडे इज द हाईएस्ट थीटा डीके हम लोगों को देखने को मिलेगा, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज गामा इम्पैक्ट भी ज्यादा रहता है. तो इसकी वजह से बहुत बड़ा लॉस भी हो सकता है, राइट? वी हैव सीन लाइक 4-5 रुपए का ऑप्शन, वो तो 50-60 रुपए भी हो सकता है. मैंने तो आउट ऑफ द मनी बोल के सेल किया. तो ये सिचुएशन, हाउ टू अवॉइड दिस? सो इफ आई एम ऑप्शन सेलर एंड थीटा डीके इज एज बोल के देख लिया, मुझे कुछ ज्यादा कुछ देखना नहीं है, फिर भी इधर एक प्रॉब्लम आता है कि बहुत बड़ा लॉस हो सकता है मुझे. तो मेरा एक दो हफ्ता नहीं तो एक महीना मैंने क्या कमाया वो पूरा लॉस होने का चांसेस है. इसको अवॉइड करना है तो क्या करना चाहिए?
Okay, so Peter, so that concept okay which is there okay is a very dominant concept ki theta sab kuch hai. Okay, but theta is only a part of the equation. You have to pay attention, okay, to vega also, the change, okay, in volatility, okay, which we called vana, then okay, other factors, okay, like gamma also. So just focusing on theta for an option trader is not enough at all. अभी समझो okay there is an event lined up like in the coming week. Okay, of course, okay, the VIX, the volatility is not going to remain the same. There is going to be a spike, and if you're going to be carrying that same position from a Friday to a Wednesday and expecting okay only theta to work for you, it doesn't work that way, because okay vega is going to keep okay rising and your option will not give you okay the result okay which you expected it to give you. So first and foremost, don't focus or put all your eggs okay in the theta basket. Okay, you have to okay make sure that you spread your risk. आपको add karna hai the impact of vega. You have to see okay whether there is any kind of an event okay which can spike okay premiums, whether things okay can change, or whether there is something okay which may come in geographically okay which may alter okay the flow of the market as such. Pay attention okay to the overall market also, whether the market direction can change because of an event or anything okay which may come up okay suddenly also. So the minute okay delta changes of the option, everything okay around there, the bias of the market okay can change also. So don't focus too much on theta as such. I didn't collect the second half of your question, Peter. What was that second half of the question?
The thing is like because of this theta decay, we go and sell out of the money options. Uh, maybe Fridays and other days. Sometimes the Friday the theta decay is less and we make a loss. Or Thursdays there may be a very out of the money options 1 2 or 4 5 rupees is a premium and we sell. But there is a because of gamma we may lose a lot, right? ये तो 4 रुपए वाला ऑप्शन 50 रुपए में गया. So how to avoid this kind of situation? How to identify that ये आज ये गामा एक्सप्लोड नहीं होगा, ये 4 रुपए वाला जीरो ही होगा, नहीं तो 5 रुपए वाला जीरो ही होगा. How to identify this?
Okay, so look, I got your question. So let me just backtrack a bit on our typical Thursday when everybody was okay writing okay that 4 rupee option. Okay, the first thing okay we have to understand over here, how did that option come to 4 rupees? तो जब थर्सडे के दिन जब मार्केट खुलता है, लेट्स से ओके निफ्टी एट द मनी ऑप्शन इज गोना बी इन द रीजन ऑफ अबाउट 75 to about 85 rupees. Now today in today's VIX environment, okay, much less, okay, about 45 to about 55 rupees. The earliest sellers, they come at about 50. जब मार्केट खुलता है between 9:15 to 9:30, some people are prepared, उन्होंने होमवर्क किया है अपना, they have done preparations, and big fund houses also, they do that initial bit of selling between 9:15 to about 9:45, and they already established a position for themselves. Our new trader sees this in the open interest build up, okay, and starts thinking यहाँ पे writing हो रहा है, okay, and open interest is rising. But by that time it is already about 10 o'clock 11 o'clock, and जो 55 rupees का option सुबह 9:15 बजे खुला था, that is already come down to about 35-40. Still good, he continues okay writing, and the market okay continues okay adding open interest for that strike. और फिर वो 35-40 rupees वाला option suddenly comes around 18 or 19 rupees, which is about 115 or 130. फिर around 2 o'clock 2:15 that same option is around 10 rupees or even 12 rupees. अब 12 बजे 10 o'clock 12 o'clock वाला जो option writer था, he is thinking about booking profits, but the fellow who's coming in around 2 p.m. suddenly starts looking at that option and thinks okay ये अभी 9 रुपया पे तो आया है from 55, now it is definitely gonna go to zero. Okay, so what really happens, he starts writing and he's in the fourth round of writers who entered at that strike. He is basically okay way below that 9:15 seller, he's way below that 12:15 seller, and he's way below by even that 130-145 seller. He starts selling at 230-245 at about 6 rupees. The price of that option suddenly jumps from 6 rupees to 16 rupees. What really happens at 16 rupees, this guy is now underwater by 10 rupees. उसने खरीदा था 6 रुपये पे, अभी गया है 16 रुपये पे. तो he has no option but to cover his position. Now because he starts covering his position, the pressure okay starts building up on the people who have written at about 22 and 23 rupees. Now price reaches 25, and this fellow okay who was suddenly thinking ये 25 का जीरो होने वाला है, he decides कि मेरे को अभी कॉस्ट पे निकल जाना है. So price, okay, is at 24. The earlier bucket of writers suddenly sees, okay, that the option price, okay, which was supposed to go to zero, is come back to about cost price. वो निकल जाता है. Open interest गिरते जाता है. It keeps coming down. Suddenly, okay, movement of price, okay, goes upwards, and it starts, okay, putting pressure on that person who's written at about 35, 40. So what technically happens on the chart is your 10 rupee option suddenly became 40, not because, okay, the earlier writers were wrong. It's because, okay, there were some late writers who came into the game, and the market, okay, has got a habit of always punishing what we call late latifs. If you're late to a game, okay, you'll always get punished. To make money in the markets, you have to be the early bird, because an early bird always catches the worm.
True, right. So there is, if this is the problem for the option sellers. So I find there is an opportunity for the option buyers also, right? Around after 2 o'clock, if the option, as you given an example, the 50 rupees they sold, it came to 5 rupees or 9 rupees, then again it start moving to 30, 40 rupees, right? So there is an opportunity for buyer.
Correct.
तो 5-10 रुपए में बाई करो और 40-50 रुपए में आप निकल जाओ. तो
Correct.
ये बायर को कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा, कैसे मीन्स आप कर, आई होप यू आर आल्सो डूइंग लाइक ऑप्शन बाइंग ऑन थर्सडे आफ्टर 2 PM. हाउ यू आइडेंटिफाई, आपको कैसे मालूम पड़ता है कि ये टाइम पे मुझे ऑप्शन ये 4 रुपए नहीं तो 5 रुपए वाला बाई करना चाहिए? तो मोस्ट
So,
ऑफ द टाइम ऐसा भी हो सकता है, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ये तो जीरो ही होने वाला है, हीरो जीरो कहानी होगा. तो आपको कैसा लगता है, कभी मीन्स हाउ यू गेट दैट कन्विक्शन टू बाई दिस 5 rupees wala option and it will give me 10 times return of 50 rupees?
So this has happened, okay, so many times, okay, with us, no, Peter, that we've coined a term for it called the Dukan trade. And it is something, okay, which I put out on my Twitter handle also a lot. So Dukan, in the sense, okay, this is a trade which is about to give you 100% of the time, okay, it will give you money, provided, okay, the situation, okay, and that circumstances, the environment around that is right. So you have to have a very good understanding of the market structure, and you have to, okay, find out, okay, how many people are late to the game. Okay, तो हमारे पास, okay, क्या है ना कि in market profile we can plot volume profile. Okay, and volume profile is nothing but volume on the same axis as price. So you come to know why the volume histogram. Today it is very popular, but back in the day, okay, it was not really, okay, very common amongst traders. But a number of people, okay, can give you a volume histogram right now. On the volume histogram, you can see where the majority of trade has happened. Okay, and if that majority of trade has happened lower, that means people who have come late into the game, when price moves against them, suddenly, okay, starts going what we call upside down. Okay, that means their positions, okay, are at a loss or they are underwater. So finding out, okay, how many of these traders are underwater is what you can through an open interest chart. So keep an open interest chart handy, and keep the volume profile, okay, of that chart handy. And if you can match both of them together, you'll be able to easily know where and when you need to be a buyer in the market. So be a buyer where you know that the late writers are coming under pressure.
Sorry, for better understanding, can you please give me an example of recent example, maybe last कल का Thursday था, तो कोई
Yes.
example है क्या आपके पास?
Yesterday, okay, we've done so many of these examples, okay, that yesterday, okay, we did not have this setup materialized for us. It is a setup which is got certain conditions attached to it, and it will not show up on every expiry. Thursday वाले session में, कल के session में नहीं हुआ ये case. We were looking for an opportunity, but the condition was not met yesterday. But I don't remember. Okay, we do it, okay, very often. If you can look back into any of the previous charts and see, okay, the open interest dropping and see a volume histogram against it, you'll be able to identify, okay, these situations very, very clearly. कल नहीं
Okay.
हुआ. Yesterday was not there.
Yeah, great. So I think we will take some, Manas, will take some audience questions. Manas, if you have any question, you can ask, or we can go for the
Yeah,
audience
I
question.
have one question. What I wanted to ask is like, what is your general time frame? Like, you if you check charts, like, what all general charts you see? Like, you see weekly time frame or daily or like over monthly also. So my question is like to identify buying or selling opportunities, like to identify a trend for buying opportunity. Like generally in trending markets, we should buy, and if there is a consolidation or not, or the market is range bound. So like the trader will go for selling. So how what all like indicators or parameters or like candle movements you see to make decision, like for consolidation in selling and for trending for buying.
Okay. So what I do is like I adopt the same approach as everybody else, the top-down approach. You start with the monthly chart, you go to the weekly. Now my trading cycle is a Friday to Thursday, like I said. So I'm focused okay on that. We have okay daily charts we look at, and I look at okay a 2.5 minute chart as well as a 30-minute chart for my intraday purposes. So within that, understanding market structure is very important, and within the structure I look at who is dominating the bias, whether the buyers are having an upper hand or the sellers are having an upper hand. Like all of this week until today, the buyers okay were buying all the dips. So I know okay there is an opportunity okay when the market okay comes down, the buyer okay can show his hand again. But today, Friday, today was the first time okay we saw a seller okay step up, and he stepped up right in the morning today around 18 9 20. So the momentum of the market had shifted today. So today okay I was looking okay to buy some puts and looking to sell calls, and looking at sell side opportunities. So even okay if you do a top down approach, you have to okay break it down into daily bias of the market. Your intraday okay bias has to be flexible, and you need to be changing it all the time according to the market structure.
Okay, Sai, there are some audience questions. The first question is how to start a beginner in F&O? Please describe this question from Mr. Anil. Yeah.
So as a beginner, my first suggestion would be, before you put any capital to work, learn. Okay, there is a history of traders in the market, and like they say, okay, that the market, okay, for beginners is a graveyard. Okay, there are a lot of graves in here, and those graves are because people have entered markets, especially the cutthroat world of derivative tradings, without understanding what they are getting into. Okay, so as a beginner, before you risk any kind of capital, because every single 1,000 rupees is of importance to us. You may okay like to put in 10,000, 50,000, 5 lakhs, whatever. Okay, it's your capital, it's money. Okay, you worked hard for, but before you put any at risk, understand okay the market inside out. Know okay what moves the market. Without understanding the market, please okay do not enter the world of derivatives.
Right. So there's one more question. Does order flow works in option segment as well? This question from Balaji.
Yes, order flow okay is just the buying and the selling of the market. So what we do in order flow is we stack up all the buy side and the sell side orders together, and we come to know who is dominating the action at that point of time. So yes, okay, it works across instruments, across exchanges. It works everywhere.
Okay, anywhere they can use. So there is one more question from Kunal. How to hedge while buying option buying? He's saying like, if I am buying a option, how can I hedge my position?
So, as a buyer of an option, okay, you have okay a area which you call the stop loss, okay, which you identified earlier, and know okay that the market okay goes beyond that level, you have to exit that position. So, knowledge okay of your position size, and knowing okay when the trade is not going to be working for you is your only way. You do not hedge as a buyer. You identify a stop loss where you know the trade is going to be no longer working for you, and you get out when the trade is not working for you.
Okay.
Okay.
There's one question from BB Mishra. How to analyze the volume profile with open interest for buying opportunity on expiry?
So that's a good question, but it will require a detailed answer, which is actually okay requiring a chart etc okay to show, and we don't have the right forum okay to describe it right now. But to loosely okay tell you how you go about it, you plot an open interest chart, which is a daily live updating open interest chart, and parallelly okay you introduce a volume profile chart. Okay, and the volume profile will tell you where the majority of trade is coming. So that volume histogram is there, and there are bars over there, and you see if the market is moving above the largest concentration of volume on the volume histogram. If the market is moving above the largest concentration of volume on the volume histogram, you would know that the buyers are back in control.
Okay. So Next question is from Kunal. Is like how to use IV or implied volatility in options buying. What is the importance of IV in options buying and how to use that?
So that is a question, okay, on the technical side. Okay, IV, okay, would basically, okay, be your volatility, okay, which keeps, okay, changing in. So depending, okay, on the option structure, okay, you've introduced, okay, just keep an eye, okay, on the option Greeks, okay, at work. And if there is a spike, okay, you'll have to, okay, change, okay, your position accordingly.
Okay. Mr. Coelho, one question here. Please explain the volume profile and open interest thing again on futures.
So open interest is standard across options and futures, as is volume profile. So volume profile, okay, would be the same. So whichever instrument you choose to apply it on, it could be the same. So I have a website, okay, www.vtrender.com. So for people, okay, who have not visited, you would get these volume profile as well as open interest charts over there, and we plot them live, and you can, okay, visit the website on any day of the week, or every day of the week, okay, these charts are live, and you can, okay, have a look at both the volume profile as well as the open interest on that site.
Okay, so I think we can take the final one or two questions. So one question is like from Dinkar. Is like he's saying that he's buying options from over 1 year now, but he's in loss. So to be in profitable, should he scalp or like hold long term? Like how to make the decision to buy and sell frequently, or like he should hold for some expiries or like at least one full expiry.
Okay, so the reason, okay, for that loss, okay, could be multifold, okay, could be many. It could be as simple as just buying, okay, when the market, okay, was in a sell side mode, not knowing the bias of the market, entering or exiting wrong time. It could be many. So without understanding, okay, why it went wrong, it's very difficult, okay, to answer that question. I would encourage him, okay, to have a look at those contract notes with a chart open and see where, okay, he entered the trades and what the market was doing at that point of time. And if he can, okay, pick up, okay, those cues, he'll be able, okay, to rectify and become much better. The contract notes really help us. A lot of us do not look at the contract notes after a period of time, but every time, okay, I went through a bad patch, or a period of time, okay, where basically the trades, okay, were not working for me, I used to take the Saturday and the Sunday and look at all the contract notes with a chart open and understand and learn, okay, where I have made mistakes, such that, okay, I could tell myself that I could not make these mistakes again.
Yes, we spent around 45 minutes. Um, it was a nice discussion with you. I think a lot of people have asked questions. Some more questions are there, but we are running out of time. So, would like to ask you about your final advice for our listeners. What if some many people wants to become a option um, buyer or option seller, and some people think like I will leave the job and I will go for a full time option means as a derivative trader. What's your message for them? How can they become a full time trader, and what need to be considered before becoming a full time trader?
So my message, okay, actually to derivatives traders or people who want to trade a derivative cycle is be very clear about what you want to do over here. Identify, okay, the time zone, okay, you're gonna be trading. So if you just want to be trading from 9:15 to 3:30, focus, okay, on that. If you want to be trading, okay, a weekly cycle with intraday, like what I do, identify Friday to Thursday as your period, as your cycle, and work, okay, for that cycle. Okay. Number two is the derivative world of today is cutthroat. It's full of professional traders who basically know the game inside out. I know a lot of institutions, okay, who are active participants in the market, and it's actually you versus them. Okay, so a lot of traders, they come and they think, okay, in the derivatives market, mein paisa lagayenga, I can take a trade and I will be able to make money. But understand, okay, you're up against some serious professionals, okay, for whom there is big money involved, and they have that experience as well as the tools to execute, okay, what they have to execute. So you're up against them. So make sure, okay, your knowledge is there, okay, with the best of them. You know, it's like you playing cricket, okay, with Virat Kohli. विराट कोहली का लेवल कुछ अलग है, हमारा लेवल ओके कुछ अलग है. And if you decide okay to go and play against Virat Kohli, you're not gonna be okay that as good as him, right? But this is the fact okay of the derivatives world today. You're playing okay with serious professionals who are into it from decades, and you have to be as good as them to make money. The market is not gonna make it easy for you to make money. And in closing, I will just stress okay again on discipline. The market is a business of probabilities. You will not get 100 out of 100 trades right. You will not get every single trade which you take right. The market okay will punish you sometimes okay when you are extremely good and you've done everything right. Also, the market okay will come for you. But in that situation, knowing okay that you will not put your entire capital at risk on one trade is very very important. Understanding okay what kind of capital okay you trade with is very very important. Risk management, capital management, that is okay. All that is to be added okay to your role as a trader also. So be careful. Do okay your best. Study, learn, understand okay what you're getting into, and okay you will come with time. Okay, you will become good into the business of trading.
Yeah, it was a very wonderful session and very insightful session, Sai. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope all the audience enjoyed today's session and it was a insightful session for them. And thank you very much, Sai, for
It's
joining us.
it's a pleasure, Peter. Thank you very much, okay, for hosting me. Thank you. It was a pleasure to be with all of you.